Hello students, welcome to the class of statistics. Today we are going to start with the measures of central tendency. It means now we are undertaking the analysis part of your statistics. See, till now we have seen how the data has been collected, organized into tabular form, represented into diagrams and graphs. Now we are just going to see how can we analyze the data that have been presented so far, right? So first of all, we can see what do you mean by the measures of central tendency. It is basically finding out the central value in a given series that represents the entire series or entire values of a series. Okay, so if we say, for example, we talk about average. Average represents the entire series or entire values, and that tells us about that this figure is basically the central point of resemblance of all. If we say the students' average marks of a particular class is 65, we can say the students are ranging their marks in between 55 to 65 or 75, right? So measures of central tendency basically finding out the central value in a given series that represents the entire values of that particular given series. Let the series be an individual or a discrete or frequency distribution. Now, with respect to measures of central tendency, we have two forms of, you can say, averages that we need to find out. One is mathematical averages. One is positional averages. If we talk about mathematical averages, we have three forms. Number one, arithmetic mean. Number two, harmonic mean. And number three, geometric mean. In respect to class 11th of statistics, we are going to be concerned with only arithmetic mean. These two are basically not included in the course of CBSE curriculum. If we talk about the positional averages, we have two variants. One is median and then is mode. So, measures of central tendency that we are talking about. Now we need to start with the first mathematical averages, that is arithmetic mean, that we are going to see. As we told you that measures of central tendency has been divided into two forms, mathematical averages, positional averages. Now, if we talk about mean, or we can say arithmetic mean, right? Arithmetic mean, or we can say simple, we can say mean also. It is basically the average of a given series. In simple, if we define it, it is an average of a given series that represents the entire value of a series. Now, why we are concerned with mean? Because it is simple to calculate, easy to find out, more precise to analyze. Fine. So, whenever we are talking about the mean or average, we have a definite value. Okay. As we talk about the arithmetic mean, we can say it is basically the average of a given series. It means if we take a number, say if we take the marks of a student in respect of 5 subjects, out of 20, say he got 19, 16, 15, 13, and say 10. Now if we need to find out the average, what we need to do? We just need to add all these numbers. The figure will be obtained as 19, 16, 35, 50, 60, 73. This is 73. In order to find out the average, you can just divide the number of units or number of observation. So when we divide by 5, it can give us 5 into 5, 5 4 20, 14.6 will be the average. In simple. So we can say 14.6 represent the entire value for CD. It means the student is having the range of marks in between 14 to 14.6. So basically the same values are also making their efforts, but we can say 14.6 is an independent value that only represent these values. Okay. So every value, every series, we can say every data value is being, or every observation we can say has an importance in finding out the average or mean. So with respect to mean, we have following methods. We can find out mean after taking into consideration the following series. With respect to individual series, we have two methods. Direct method, shortcut, or we can say assumed mean method. Direct method implies, as we say, the symbolic letter or symbol of mean is represented by capital X and bar over it. So we can say X bar is basically what we call it as mean, will be equal to, as per direct method, summation of X. X is basically the number of observations or data numbers that have been given in a series divided by number of observations. Now, for instance, if we take the example as we've already taken just before this, still if we take example, since individual series is not having any kind of say frequency, so we can represent any value. So if we can say 2, 3, 5, 6, 2, 3, 5, 6, we have the values, say 8, 10, 11, 13, 8, 10, 11, 13, and then 17, 20. 17 and 20. These are the values that have been given. We just need to find out the sum. If we can find out, we will be getting the summation of X will be 2 and 3, 5, 10, 16, 16, 24, 34, 34 and 11, 45, or 58, 58 and 17 will be 58 and 17, 75, 20, 95. Again we can have, we must just counter the addition first again, so that we must not make any kind of mistake. So 2 plus 3, 5, 5, 5, 10, 16, 8, 24, 34, 45, 58, 17, 75, 20, 95. Now, this is basically the summation of all the data numbers or observations. Now, what are the numbers? Quantity. N is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, we are going to divide with 10. Basically, summation X upon N. N is 10. So, this will be our mean. So, our answer will be 9.5. This will be the thing how we can calculate with the help of direct method. Now, if we come to the next point, we are going to have shortcut or assumed mean method, where the formula will be A stands for assumed mean plus summation of D upon N, where we can say A stands for assumed mean, D stands for x minus a, and stands for number of observations. Now, we are going to apply the same formula in the same level of series. Since we have found out the answer should be the same, 9.5. Now, let's take any value to be assumed. You can assume any of the value to be assumed mean. So, let's take it as, we just need to maintain one more column, that will be D, and it will be x minus a. So, let's suppose a will be 8. Fine. You can assume 6 also, 5 also, 3 also, 2 also, the answer will come same. That is for 100% sure. So, 2 minus 8 will be minus 6. 3 minus 8 will be minus 5. 5 minus 8 will be minus 3. 6 minus 8 will be minus 2. 8 minus 8 will be 0. 10 minus 8 will be 2. 11 minus 8 will be 3. 13 minus 8 will be 5. 17 minus 8 will be 9. 20 minus 8 will be 12. This is how we are going to have this. Okay. Now we are just going to add. If we just add, we can have, say we just add this one. Say this will be around minus 60. And this will be around 31 up till here. So 2, 3, 5, 5, 10, 19, 19, 12, 31. 31 minus 16 will be 15. So we can say our summation D is 15. A is basically 8, and is 10. Now we need to apply this formula. Our mean value will be x bar, that will be equal to a plus summation b upon n. It means a was 8 plus 15 upon 10. So 8 plus 1.5 equals to 9.5. So this was the same answer that we have found out with this method. So at individual series, we need to find out arithmetic mean with the help of following these two formulas. Okay. So we have taken an example with you. Now we are going to see the same arithmetic mean in case of discrete series. So here we go. We are going to find out the mean in case of discrete series. So, in case of discrete series, number 2, discrete series is a series that contains frequency also, right? But that does not contain any fraction value. So, we are not having any class interval. So, again we are going to see in discrete series, again we have 3 methods of calculating mean. One is direct method, one is again we can say shortcut or assumed mean method, and the third one we can figure out as step deviation method. So again we say in this the formula will be summation point. First of all, we just need to write down mean. Mean will be equal to summation fx upon summation f. This is basically summation f into x. F will be standing as frequency because frequency will be given in discrete series, as you know it. And this will be summation of f in the sum of frequency only. Fine. So, if we are going to have one more question, say we can have a question. Now, the question will be, as we are going to continue with this. So, with the discrete series, we will be having a question. Okay. So, with respect to one question, we can have marks and students. Okay. Marks and students. So, if we are going to see that marks are basically 5, 15, 25. Okay. 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. So, 65 more. Student will be 4, 6, 10. We are preparing the discrete series 20, 10, 6 and 4. 20, 10, 6 and 4. So basically marks are the X and students are the F. F stands for the frequency. Frequency means the number of occurrences. Right? It means we can say 5 marks are being taken by 4 students, 15 marks are taken by 6 students as we are doing in our organization of data. So now we are moving forward. This is 4 students. Okay, now we are going to continue with this. We are going to apply the formula. So what we need to find out? We just need to find out summation fx. Fx means we just need to multiply these two. And again we say we just need to get the sum also. So 10, 10, 20, 30, 40 and this is 60. Now 5 4s are 20. We are just going to multiply and we are going to have this. 15 6 are 90. 25 10 are 250. 35 2 are 700. 450. Then it will be 330 and then we can have 260. Now we just need to have the sum. Okay, let's go for it. 9 plus 2 11 5 16 or 5 21 3 24 6 30 and 3 plus 2 5 7 12 that was 16 19 and this is 21. So we will have it put 100. Now if we need to put into this formula, it means it will be 2100 divided by the sum, that is 60. This is summation of f is this one and 2100 will be the summation of x. We will be having the output is cut 0 with 0. When we cut this one, we can have 6 3 6 5. 35 will be the value of mean. Now this is basically a direct method that we have applied for. Now we are going to have the shortcut method where the formula is basically x bar equals to a plus summation of fd upon summation of f. It means we can say now a plus summation fd. What is fd? Will be the value. We can say now again we say a is set to be assumed mean and it will be taken from the x anywhere you can assume. Then d will be x minus a. Okay, and f is frequency as we already told you. Now we need to find out. Okay, here we go. So we can say that, put it over here. So first of all we need to find out d. D stands for x minus a and then we will have fd. Fine? Okay. So d will be that is x minus a. So we can assume any value as deviation or assuming, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, any value, say 35 and will be the more appropriate as assumed value. So we can say 5 minus 35 will be minus 30. With the difference of 10, we can go for this minus 30, minus 20, minus 10, 0, 10, 20 and 30. So this is how we have taken out the deviation x minus. You can assume any of the value, you can assume 5 also and 65 also, any of your choice. Now again what we do, we are just going to multiply with this. 4 multiplied by 30 will be minus 20. Since that is 60 only. 6 into 12 again it is minus 20. 10 into minus 100, that is 0. that is 100, that is 120, and that is 120. Oh, that's very nice. So again, if we total out, it will come at 0. In simple. It's coincident that it has come 0, although it will come in a different figure. So we got the values. Now what we are going to do? We are going to just place it on our formula. So that is 35 plus summation FD is basically 0 upon summation F16 will give you 35. Answer is same in front of you. Now, if we talk about step deviation method, we just need to apply the formula. Formula will be assume mean plus summation FD dash upon summation F into C. Now this C basically common factor that is being derived basically by dividing deviation with the common factor. See, we can say that D dash can be derived by D by C. C is a common factor that can divide the entire value of a given deviation. So, if I extend this way of performance, we told you that we have received D. We can receive D dash ahead of it. So, if we want to have D dash, we can divide D by C, where C can be 10. So if this can be 10, 30 divided by 10 will be minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, D. Now what we need to do? We just need to find out the FD. Since, let me make it more clear. If we are going to find out FD, we are just going to multiply this by this. It means with regard to FD dash only say, 4 3 minus 12, 6 to the minus 12, minus 10, 0, 10, 12 and 12 will be again 0. So what we are having right now, students, we just need to see and apply the figures onto the formula. Formula lies over here. Assume mean plus summation FD dash upon summation F into C. It means assume mean remains same 35. Plus summation FD was again 0, summation of F was 60 and common factor was taken as 10 since it can divide the entire value of a given series. So when we have divided these values D, we got D dash and we multiplied with this F value, we got the respective FD dash and when we sum it up, we got 0. So again we formulate, we will get the same answer 35, 35, 35. You can take any series, any question of discrete series and if you apply all these three formula, you will get the definite answer and the answer will be same. Right? So this is how we can solve the question of discrete series. Now moving to the last series, that is continuous series, where we are going to see with the class interval. Now, with respect to class interval, we are just going to formulate in a very proper mode. We are just going to formulate a question where we will have example also, we will have the formula also. Now, as you know, students, that we are having continuous series. Continuous series have the class interval say 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and so on. So, in respect of the formula of direct method, the mean will be obtained as summation of Fm upon summation of F. This will be the formula where we say Fm is the product of frequency and mid value. So we can say M is mid value that is obtained from the series X. So if we are going to see another question, we are going to have the same thing, same formula that we have seen in discrete series. Now, our series is basically the third one, that is continuous series. So, in respect of continuous series, we are going to let it solve one more question. Again, we need to have x and the respective series. Say, if the marks have been given, right, they will be taken as x, and if the number of students have been given, we will be taken as f. So, we are going to produce the range, say 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and say 50 to 60. If we are seeing that the students are getting marks from the subject that is having the highest total of 60. So, if we are considering that class is having 50 students, say 4 students are getting the marks of 0 to 10, 6 students are getting the marks of 10 to 20, 9 students are getting the marks of 20 to 30, 11 students are getting the marks in between 30 to 40. We say again 8 students are getting the marks in between 40 to 50, and 12 students are getting the marks in between 50 to 60. So let us see whether we are getting the sum 50 or not. 6 plus 4, 10, 10, 19, 19, this is 30, 38, and 12, 50. Fine. So we are going to continue with finding on mid value. Mid value will be obtained as the value. We can say upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. So 10 plus 0 divided by 2 will be 5. If this will be 5, this will be 15, then 25, 35, 45 and 55. What we are going to do now? We are going to find out the product f into m will be 4 into 5, say 20, 6 into 15, say 90, 25 into 9, say 225, 35 into 11, say 385, 45 into 8, say 360, and 25 into 50, say 660. Now we are just going to find out the addition. So if we are going to find out the addition, that's a addition also. 5, 5, 0, carry on 1, 2, 1, 3, 0, 9, 12, 12 or 2, 14 or 8, 22 or 6, 28 or 6, 34, carry on 3, 3 plus 2, 5 or 3, 8 or 3, 11 or 6, 17. Let's counter check. 5 plus 5, 10, 0, carry on 1, 2 plus 1, 3, 9, 12, 8, 14 and 22. 28, 6, 34, carry on 3. 3 plus 2, 5 or 3, 8, 3, 11 or 6, 17. Now, we are going to apply the formula of dash method. Dash method says summation EFM. Summation EFM was 1740. Divided by summation of F, that was 50. So, our answer will be from 0 to 0 we cut to 5, 3, 15. 5, 4 the 20, 5 with the 40. Again we say 5, 3 the 15, 5, 4 the 25, 40. 34.8 will be the answer of the mean using that method. Now we are going to apply the shortcut method here. The D will be m minus a. Rest everything remains same. So let's continue with finding out assumed mean with the help of shortcut or assumed mean method. Now D will be m minus a. Let it be any value. Say let's say 15. This time this is different. If we are going to have this, so we can say a will be 15. So 5 minus 15 will be minus 10. 15 minus 15 is 0. 25 minus 15 is 10. 20, 30 and 40. Okay. Now what we are going to do? We are going to just multiply f and d. Now we are going to obtain f and d. So it will be 4 into minus 10 is minus 40. 6 into 0 is 6. 9 into 10 is 90. 11 into 10 is 220. 8 into 30 is 240. 20 into 40 is 480. The figures are getting high, no problem. So let's find out again the addition. So 90 minus 40 is 50. So 50 plus 20, 260, 260 to 4500, that is 980. Again we counter check it. We can say 8 plus 4, 12, 13, 14, 9. Oh, we made some mistake. 50, 70. We can say it should be 990. It is better to counter check so that we must be having a good figure. 8 plus 4, 12, 12, 13, 14, 14, 9, 1, 4, 4, 8 or 1, 9. Okay, that is 990. So, we have obtained summation of FD as 990, the F is 50. Okay, let's put it on the formula, the figures respectively that we obtained. Assume mean was 15. Let's put it over here. Summation of FD was 990 divided by 50. Now 15 plus. Let's find it out. 99 divided by 5. Okay. So 9. 5 5 9 ja 45.8. So we can have 34.8. Answer again same with this. Okay. Now the remaining method has been step division. Now we are moving on to further. Let us going to find out division. Let's find out the division of. Now, if we have obtained the division as a minus a, minus is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. We just need to obtain the value of d dash also, that will be d by c, where we can assume c can be 10 because 10 can divide the entire series. So if we got it, we can have minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will ease our question probably. Now, what we need to find out? We are just going to find out fd dash. Fd dash will be, now, if you are going to find out fd dash, this is f and this is d dash. 4 into 1 is less 4, 6 into 0 is 0, 9 into 1 is 9, say 22, say 24 and 48. Again we can say it will be 99. Now if it is 99, we are going to see what will be the figures that we are going to place. A was 15 plus E FD dash was 99 upon 50 into 10. 10 was C as common factor. Our answer will definitely come as 34.8. Same, the figures was totally same. So we can say with the help of direct method, shortcut method, step division method, the answer of mean will come same. So student, this is basically the arithmetic mean that we have seen. Now there is also some situations for which we need to find out the variations in mean. For example, when we are going to find out missing figures or when we are going to find out the weighted mean. Weighted mean is basically simple mean that we used to find out in case of discrete series. Fine. In discrete series we have frequency, right? In weighted mean we have weights as frequency. We are just going to apply the same formula. If we say we are having the formula of discrete series as summation fx upon summation f. In weighted mean we are going to have the formula to be applied. That will be, if we are going to find out weighted mean, that will be summation S bar will be equal to summation Ws upon summation W, where W is basically the same as we have seen as frequency. So there is no difference between discrete series or weighted mean. Weighted means weights are given along with the value of x. We are just going to multiply with it and we are going to find out the answer of weighted mean. Now, there are some more situations where we need to find out where the mean is given, we need to find out the missing figures. And I know that we can easily find the missing figure if we know the formula correct. Fine. Bring us to discussion screen over here. Now, there comes a situation where we need to find out combined mean. It means if we have given two mean, we are just going to find out the combined mean. Now, in respect of some situation in which we need to find out combined mean. So, there we need to find out the combined mean. We just need to apply the following formula in respect of the given series. It means it is very certain that we will be provided with more than one series. So, for example, if we need to find out the combined mean of say two series, 1 and 2, we just need to apply the formula N1 means the number of observation of first series multiply by the respective mean of that series plus number of observation of second series with multiplication of mean of that second series whole divided by the summation of number of observation of both the series. So this is how we can find out the combined mean, where the two series will be given. If there are more than two series will be given, the process will be continuous as always. See, when we have done n1 dot x bar 1 plus n2 dot plus x bar 2 dot, we will continue with the 3, 4, 5 n number of series as we can. So this is the way we can find out the combined mean. Now we see students, there are some possibility where the mean has been done wrong. It means the answer of the mean has been wrong and we need to find out the corrected mean. Now if we need to find out the corrected mean, we just need to follow this formula. It means if we say corrected mean, say x bar, that will be equal to the summation of x. First of all, we just need to do the summation of x. Right? This summation of x will be obtained from the mean that was wrong. It means it was obtained by the multiplication of x bar into number of observation, and this x bar was wrong mean. So we have obtained this x bar from the multiplication of product of x bar into n. It's a wrong mean given in the question. Now we just need to add the corrected value and we just need to subtract the wrong value. And we just need to divide again by number of observation. It means summation of x plus corrected value minus wrong value says it has been appear in the question. If the value was wrong and the corrected value, that could have been another value that is given in the question, the formula that will be applied for finding out the corrected mean will be this. So x bar will be the corrected mean that has been obtained by the summation of x plus corrected value that needs to be added minus wrong value that needs to be deducted whole divided by the n. Fine. So how we obtain the summation of x? This one by the product of x bar that is given in the question into n number of observation. Again, this is given in the question itself. So these are the some situations that we need to counter it when we are solving the mean along with the formulas. So I told you students, we need to find out the solution, but for this we need to have a proper strength, proper control over the formulas of each and every series. Right? So students, we have completed the chapter of arithmetic mean. In the next session we will be covering the session of median and mode. So thank you so much for joining us, and I am sure that such video and such lectures have been effective for you in solving the questions on arithmetic mean. So thank you so much students for joining the class and attending the session of ours. We will contact you very soon. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay alive.